I'm not sure what this whole thing's gonna end up being, but today is Wednesday, August 23rd, 2017. Right now in the Gulf, there's a tropical depression as of right now. It is 7 o'clock in the evening. It's still a tropical depression. It's called Harvey. It's headed towards the Texas coast. Right now they're saying it's going to hit right around Corpus Christi, maybe a bit south, and then turn and start heading towards us and give us a lot of rain. There's a lot of hype behind it. There's mostly guesswork. That's what a lot of meteorology is. You have to take all the models and make a educated guess. So I'm going to start documenting as much as I can. Hopefully it's just that hype, but you never know. So this is the first entry of the Harvey vlog, I guess. Let's call it the Harvey vlog. Yeah, let's do that. I do this, I make it up as I go along. If that has not made it clear enough to you, I make this up as I go along. So let's go ahead and a lot of hurricanes, a lot of tropical storms, all of these types of storms are a hurry up and wait game. So let's do that. Today's the 24th of August, Thursday. The storm's supposed to pull in early Saturday morning now. It's a hurricane. Turned into a hurricane officially around 11 a.m. today, and it's supposed to be a Category 3. That's quite a lot larger. It grew really quickly because it went over some deep, warm water, and that just is fuel for it, obviously. So right now, it's actually rather pleasant outside. A hurricane usually wicks all the moisture out of the air, so around it you get hot, dry weather. The sun's down right now. The outside's actually kind of pleasant. Houston doesn't deal well with weather at all. I don't know if any city does though, but for some reason Houston just does not. And the traffic right now, it's Thursday evening, traffic is terrible. More so, it's 8 o'clock right now, 8 in the evening, and there's a bunch of traffic. I think people just people are crazy, and you just give them a reason to be crazy, and poof. So this is the we are from what the estimates are, we're about 25 to 30 hours away from landfall. Landfall is supposed to be somewhere in Corpus Christi, which is approximately 150 to 175 miles from where I'm standing right now in Houston. Who knows how it's going to work out. There's a lot of speculation of a lot of rain and a lot of stuff going on. It's just something we'll have to see it when it gets here, and hopefully all the speculation is just that. Who knows? It's hard to tell with these things. You can predict about 12 hours ahead with a hurricane and be right. Otherwise you're just kind of, it's a educated guess, just like any other meteorology. So one more day, maybe a little bit more, and we'll be under a hurricane. It is Friday, August 25th. That's downtown Houston. I'm at work because, of course, and the storm is heading more inland now. It's not hit, it's heading towards land, I should say. And it should be hitting in about 20 hours or so. So it's sometime early tomorrow. And I'm at work. It's just a little bit of rain coming off of one of the bands. More bands are starting to head towards us. It's going to start raining more and more as the day goes along. So Friday morning is just about to start. Okay, so I literally just got home from work. It's raining pretty nicely. It's one of the bands coming through. It is 1:24 Friday afternoon. Earlier, of course, from earlier. A little more rain has pulled through. There was a long period of no rain, so the less rain the better. Right now, it still has not made landfall. Part of it is already hitting. They're reporting wind gusts in Galveston. There was one for 48 miles an hour. The problem is they still don't know. It looks like it may go up and then go around and skirt us, which is bad. But so with a hurricane, you have to just wait and see. So that's where we are now. Friday night, it's 6:42 right now. The local weather is breathless right now and loving it. So here's where we are. That's the eye of the storm. It's moving in this direction generally. They wobble, so it's generally this direction. And it's kind of going slow, and it's now Category 3. So it has 130 mile an hour winds. That's not good. What they're saying right now, as of this evening, it's going to go up, swirl around. Yeah, it's going to swirl around because there's a low pressure trough moving in through this way. So it's pushing it, it hits it, and then it turns around and then goes. It's going to turn around and go like that. So it'll be a strong storm, but not this, thankfully. When it hits us. So we're going to get hit by this. It's just going to be in like 3 days, apparently. See that? See, it's turning back. It seems it's going to actually move more north than they say they thought it was, and make a turn and then go up again, which is strange. But that means we won't get much. So there's a good chance that the big rain event that we had this morning, that with the storm, it rained really hard this morning for a while. That may be all of it, not all of it, but a good portion of it. So good news. I'd rather not lose power or anything like that, or be stuck somewhere. So could be good. Sunday morning around 12:30 a.m. Right now it is pouring rain. There are two large bands of rain, one on my side of town, one on my sister's side of town, where my folks are too, and they converged over the middle of downtown. So right now, you can't see it, but you can hear it. It is pouring rain. My street is flooded. Thankfully the water's not too high yet, because we have about 30 to 45 minutes of really heavy rain still headed our way. The streets will continue to be flooded. I would think it would have to raise about 4 feet for it to get to me. That's not out of the question, though. It's been raining like this for about 90 minutes. It rained like this earlier and it stopped. But like the check-in from 6 hours ago, it was raining. Now it's raining again. This rain is way worse. It's just, the thing is, it's very heavy and it's moving extremely slow. So I am thankful that my car is far enough away from the street that it doesn't look like it'll be affected. But I don't know if everybody's gonna fare as well as I might. I'm gonna have to come back down here in another hour if it's still raining like this, and I'm afraid it will be. So Harvey, what's left of Harvey, right now it's a tropical storm. What's left of it is hitting us now, so it's almost as predicted. They were saying it's going to hit us Sunday morning, and here we are. It's coming down hard, and it's not stopping at all. It's tropical moisture, so it's warm, and it's kind of pleasant, but not really. It's pleasant in what it is, it's not pleasant in what it's doing. Let's put it that way. So, Harvey, I'll probably check in tomorrow morning, because I'm just going to stay up for another hour or two just to keep an eye on that water. Sunday morning. It's the next morning. It is 8:21 in the morning. It is still raining, not as hard, but it is basically not stopped raining all night. The street isn't as flooded as it was earlier because it's not raining as hard. the drainage is pretty decent, I guess, thankfully, and the rest of the city is basically underwater too. We're immobile now. This is what all the reports were saying. The rain actually did occur the way they said it was going to. It will continue to rain steadily. I don't know, for the next, at least for the next 4 hours. This thing is, it finally made a little turn. So it's actually heading towards the coast again, and it's going to go up. How close to us is hard to say right now, but any way you cut it, we're going to get the dirty side of the storm, meaning we're going to get the rain ball that's on the side of the storm. Ooh, this thing fogs up real quick. So, still raining. Rain is there. The street is all flooded. Rain isn't as heavy, but this is the day where we're all immobile. We cannot move. We have all the supplies we need, so it's another day of just sitting around waiting. Hurricanes are all waiting games, so we're gonna be sitting around all day because there's no way to get out of here. So I'll probably check in later. If it stops raining, I'll check in maybe, but it doesn't look like it's gonna stop raining anytime soon. Harvey, this is the worst of Harvey. Not as bad as the wind part, but the flooding. Looks like the entire city got hit pretty hard because all the bayous went over the banks, and everybody compares it to Tropical Storm Alice, and it looks like everybody's going to start talking about how Hurricane Harvey did everything really bad to the city. So we have a new benchmark, unfortunately. It was the numbers are all in the teens for the rain amounts as of right now. I haven't even checked the news, but I've been checking my phone. So that's the 8:20-ish report, Sunday morning. It is Monday, August 28th, 2017. This is 4 or 5 days. But what this is about is Harvey. Harvey ended up making the turn. The TV is lighting me funny, sorry. Harvey's made the turn and is headed back out into the Gulf. It doesn't look like it'll strengthen much. It's just, that's the way it's being influenced. So it's just a swing down and swing around. The nice thing about the swing around is it's wide enough that it will go to our east, and it won't rain as much. We're already talking 30 inches of rain before, and it's raining right now. It's a Monday morning around 7:43 right now as I'm recording this. So the thing is, we've already had 30 inches of rain, and we might be getting another 8 to 10, maybe even 12 inches of rain. So it's not good. The reservoirs to our west are releasing water because they're too strained, so that's going to add the amount of water that's already in the bayous. I don't think that's happened in any recent history, so we don't have any benchmarks of what this is going to do in the long term. So aside from the catastrophic rain event, we also have the issue of dealing with excess water coming from another source. So it's never one thing with a hurricane or a tropical storm. It's always multiple factors coming. It's like anything else. Multiple factors coming in and making it even worse. So it's Monday morning, and we still have at least 24 hours of weather to deal with, probably around 30, maybe even 36 hours of weather having to form and move through Houston. So it's good. We're still not in a point where you can relax, because most of the city's still underwater too, and it's going to be a little bit before the city kind of bounces back. It's not as bad as an Ike situation, but the flooding is way worse than Ike, because Ike just came in and made damage. This was rain, so the water sticks around for a little bit. So Monday morning, Harvey, it's still going. It is Tuesday, August 29th, 2017. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. This is day 4 of the actual storm hitting. Still raining. It's still raining. It rained most of yesterday, almost all of yesterday. We only had a couple of small breaks, and rained most of the night. It's not raining as hard. It's just a steady, annoying rain. The city is still shut down. The city's still underwater. Today's supposed to be the last bad day of rain. What that means is the storm is finally, it did the whole, it went in, did the loop, went out into the Gulf, further than they thought too, and now it's angling. It's gonna go to our east, and it's gonna cause Louisiana to get flooded now, which is, they've been getting rain a lot too. So, what it looks like, still have power, still have internet and TV. So it's just a waiting game for me, thankfully. Not for a lot of people. It is really a bad situation. It's still raining. It's like, please stop raining. Enough people are hurt. Enough people's stuff is ruined. Stop. It's going to end up being like one of the biggest storms ever. It's going to end up being the benchmark for flooding. It's going to end up being the benchmark for bad stuff. Anything that's referenced. It used to be Ike. That was 8 years ago. Or 2008. That was 8 years ago. I'm not good at math, but that was always the benchmark. Now it's going to be Harvey. Everybody's going to, oh, what'd you do with Harvey? Oh, remember Harvey? Harvey, no, when it flooded here for Harvey. That's what it's going to be. That's how storms work, at least in this part of the country. I don't know how it is everywhere else. But for me, luckily, it's just a waiting game. Waiting for the rain to pull out. Waiting to be in a situation where I don't have to be stuck at home. I can choose to be home, which is a big thing. You'd think but it is. Anyway, Harvey, Tuesday. I may do one tomorrow, I'm not sure, but I definitely am really glad it's almost over. It's really going slow, but it'll be done soon. It is Wednesday morning, August 30th. The storm is getting ready to hit, if it hasn't hit already, the far western coast of Louisiana. It's around the Orange area in the east part of Texas. Here it's dead quiet. It's not raining anymore. It looks like we may actually get some sun today too. It's the day where everybody goes out and looks and sees what the full extent of the damage is. It's going to be citywide. Looks like it all the way out to Beaumont, at least. For Texas, it's going to be from Beaumont to around almost San Antonio, because they got a lot of rain there. Postmortem on this is going to be pretty long. It's going to be a while before the city fully recovers. As far as functionality, the city will be back to normal probably by this afternoon. But as far as just the human cost, is going to take a while. A storm like this is they're never any fun. They're interesting to watch from afar, but when you're in it, you don't want any part of it. So Harvey started Friday night approximately for the Houston area. We got a little bit of the effects starting Friday night, and it took until yesterday early in the afternoon did it finally start breaking up. Last night we got a little bit of sun for a good half hour. We got some mostly cloudy skies. So it was a long time to sit in a situation like this. I never lost power, never lost anything. So I got to sit in a position where I got to observe a lot of it, and it's never fun. Never fun for anybody. It's always very it's very training, and it's going to be something that's going to be around. Now, the ghost of this is going to be around for until something worse comes along. That's the only time that ever wipes the memories of people, because people still talk about Allison, people still talk about Ike. So that was a Harvey vlog. I just punched in whenever I could, and I wanted to get that experience down, because it's mine is a tiny experience of it. The thing that comes from this is you have thousands of different stories of how people got to where they were, people getting flooded out, unfortunately, and things of that nature. So this is mine. Mine was very, very quiet, and thankfully nothing bad happened to me, but I'm an exception more than a rule, unfortunately. So there's links to help people down below. So there's a bunch of different charities that are coming in to come help, and people down further in Rockport and Port Aransas got directly hit by a Category 4 hurricane, small town. So those people will become more of the focus in the next few days. So all those links are below, and thanks for watching.